Welcome back everybody, Broadbent here. Today we're back in the forest and we are going to be building something in creative mode. So I've been looking at this location for a while and often thought it looks really bland. So what we're going to do is start to change it up and mix it up and build a village on this cliffside. It's a rather interesting location. There's nothing quite like it in the map. It's definitely a one of a kind. So what we're going to do is go ahead and build some houses, some huts, and I'm going to turn this into a village essentially, like a normal human village. So we're going to dive straight in, and for the first hut, I don't really want to build too big of a structure here. These are just small things. We're going to gradually build this up into a bigger village. So I think that's a good starting point. We're not going to build it yet. We're going to keep on laying these foundations down. Now this area is completely unusable in terms of one big house, because for example you'd have just, you know, like a lot of supports going on, and we don't want to do that. I want to make this look a little bit more detailed. So we're going to build a smaller house right here, or a smaller layer, so to speak. And then we go, finish it off, and that looks pretty nice. I really like doing builds where they merge into the rocks like this. It just kind of looks really solid and reinforced. Looks really nice. There we go. So I'm pretty happy with that. So what I've done is gone ahead and created this reinforced foundation look. So now instead of it looking just hollow, it looks slightly better, like it's more supported and filled in and stronger. So the first floor is going to be partially stone and the rest is going to be wood. So we're going to create two balconies right here. We're going to have one this side and one this side because they're both like naturally quite curved. Actually, there's three curves in it. So we're going to go ahead and mark those out now. There we go. I think that's looking pretty nice for the first balcony. So let's go ahead and build these. There we go. I think that'll look quite nice for the window. Yeah, I mean, pretty generic, but it does the job pretty well. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we're done with the balconies now. I think it looks pretty decent. Not really much I can do with it except add some baskets maybe and some chairs. But we're going to do that later when we do the details. So let's tackle the rest of the build. Let's go ahead and delete this wall, I think. Let's redo this. Okay, I think it looks a little bit better, a little bit more natural. A very unusual shape, but that is a good thing. We don't really want to have everything look generic. So for the door, really don't know. I think maybe this would look better. So let's go ahead and chuck in a railing real quick. Like so. Yeah, I think it looks nice. Cool. Looking a lot better. I chose a window right here. Like so. I feel like it's just adding a little bit more like space to it. Because when you're inside, it's going to look pretty claustrophobic. So I'm adding extra windows just to make things look a little bit more spacious. Now, unfortunately, I noticed that these are a little bit lower. I remember doing this in my survival world where three rock walls make up just a little bit more than the log normal wall height. So it's a little bit fiddly. This is going to look really funky, but I decided to go for a 3-high wall, and we're going to cap it off just in between. So for the log height right here, it's going to look a bit interesting. Boom. Yeah, I like it. Do we want a roof, or do we want a second floor or a roof? I'm trying to think now. I think we're just going to go with a roof. These roofs really are quite disgusting. I wish they would work on them. I'll see. Yeah, I like this. Build that. Let's go ahead and build this roof too. Do I want to build that roof too? Looks kind of disgusting now, but I like having this balcony here with the wall. I think it looks really nice. This now looks disgusting. You know what? I'm quite happy with that. I'm not really using that section anyway. It's just to mix up the build a little bit. I think it looks really nice. Okay, so for the interior, I think I've pretty much done. If we go ahead and take a quick look. We walk straight in. We've got a rug to wipe our feet. Got a nice little light as well. And a nice little quick place to drop off our loot from the run. Say if we're a hunter and we want to chuck some stuff down quick and get back out, we can do so. And if we turn to the left here, we can see we've got the fire going. Nice and cozy. Love the crackling sound. We've got the dining table. Nice little display for the armor. Let's go ahead and pop some on real quick to show off our achievements. Looking really nice. Let's go ahead and head through. We've also got a rabbit holder here, so if we wanted to get some pets going, we could. And we even got a explosives holder, so if we wanted to, say we were defending our house, we could always just come in quickly, grab some Molotovs or explosives, and then jump straight back into the fight. Moving out to the balcony over here, nothing too major, just a chair and some plants, which is pretty much it. Really enjoy just, sitting here and chilling. It's very, very immersive. So let's head on upstairs to take a look at the bedroom. Very cold up here. I didn't really know what else to do. It was an odd one. Like, I really wanted to decorate this to look a lot more cozy, but this is so limited with the forest still. I didn't really know what else to do. I could put some wall holders, maybe some weapons, but I feel like I'd leave it a little bit bare. But overall, I really do like the layout of this up here. Just sitting now looking over at the valley. So cozy. So that's pretty much it for this build. Let's give it a quick aerial shot. This balcony here is completely empty because it's so small. I figured it was just a lookout, I guess. But no, I really do like this. So let's go ahead and head out and take a quick look from bird's eye view. Nothing too fancy, really not. The roof is very basic. Again, you're limited with the forest. Like, these roofs, I'm not happy with them. But nothing much you can do. So now we've got this structure done over here, we're going to go ahead and move on to some of the others. Now, I've only got this foundation done at the moment, but I'm going to start branching out. So, I'm going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit. I'm not going to spend as much time as I did on this one. And I'm just going to start making progress. Okay, so this is the layout for the second building. I feel like this is pretty nice. I also really like this idea of having the door a few logs in. It just adds a little bit of character there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and just make this a single floor and just slap a roof on it. I feel like that's all we need. This isn't a rich village, they're not going to have 3-story buildings. It's just a small little town. So, yeah, looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and finish it off. Okay, so I'm almost done with this interior. It's looking pretty cozy at the moment. I've got one area that I haven't quite done yet, but I want to show you the progress. So you got your central dining area right here. You got your fire going on. Some sticks to keep the fire going in the middle of the night. And you have, obviously, a trusty axe. Just come in after a day's work, done. And over here, you've got your bedroom area. So I think this is pretty nice. A few snacks to keep you going, snacks, through the night. Some arrows for quick access if you got an intruder or something like that. Looks very, very nice. Except this area, I'm struggling what to do. I don't really know what to pop here. Outside looks very cool indeed. Nice little cheap bench going on here to look out onto the valley. Really do like this view. It's a very good choice in location, this. Alright, cool. I'll say this is pretty much done. If we go ahead and take a look from the outside, this looks like a very small, cheap cabin. So, this is looking pretty nice so far. Got a long way to go, though, if we want to make this looking like a functional village. I've learned something. I've actually learned something new. Rock walls are horrific to work with now. I think it's the recent change. I'm not too sure, though. It's just so fiddly. I would advise practicing if you're going to do something. Okay, so I added the balcony, made it a little bit wider, I think, actually. I think it was there before, but I made it wider. And it looks a lot better having the wood. I think with the roof, it's going to look okay. I'm going to have to redo this bottom foundation here. These rocks, they're just extruding a little bit too much. It's got to look like this with the rest of them. God, it's like a massive hole here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. But I think this will do. So let's just get a general idea of how much we've built so far. I think this is looking really, really nice. Yeah, honestly, I can see this looking really good when we're done. I'm going to add a few here and there. So, for example, one up on the top up there. And then probably one down here. And then one in the center. Some structure in the center. Maybe a waterfall if I can. This roof again, I'm not quite happy with it, but I think it will do. Like, if anyone's got any ideas of a really cool roof that I can do, let me know for sure. Because I would really like to have an alternative to this that's not flat and it's not this. So, really do let me know if you've got any ideas for this. Because I would love to add a little bit of variety with the roofs in this build. Okay, this is completely done now. Ignore the flagging on the floor. But yeah, I really do like this. Unfortunately, there's no way we can really do a rug. I would love to have a massive rug in the center here, but that's not a thing. Even though the deer skin is a thing, but it doesn't work as well as it should. So from the outside, it looks very, very basic. I'm going to put a little rock wall there, patching the roof up so you can't see in. But you go ahead and walk in. On the left, you've got the fire, drying out all the skin for you. If you head on in, you have the central area, the living area. You've got a few weapons ready if you want to go hunting. This is really starting to look like a complete town. I really, really, really like these. I've not really built anything that looks quite as good as this before. I know they look quite basic, but if you go up to them with the rock and everything, they look really, really immersive, like almost like a Skyrim house, you know? They're just so detailed, like an actual human village, which is what this is going to be when we're done, but we do have quite a while to go. I also really want to build a mine just up here. You can see right there. It's perfect. It's laid out. I just need to like build a little like a bridge over it with a rope going down to make it look more like a mine. I think this will look really, really cool. I'm just trying to decide what the next project is going to be. In fact, I think I've pretty much decided here. I'm going to build a fourth house first because this flat area right here is looking really nice for a market. So in order to build the market, we've got to go ahead and add the extra houses surrounding it so we know not to build over those. So right in between these two rocks right here, we're going to connect a fourth house. Okay, so I think this is pretty nice, this layout right here. So in the center here, we're going to have a few stalls and things like that. And then for this house, it's going to be a little bit bigger, I think. I kind of like this layout. Might have a little tiny balcony here too. So yeah, overall, it's always the beginning bits with these builds that are a little bit fiddly. And I'm going to have to chop that off with a hole cutter. That is unacceptable right there. Okay, so the exterior is completely done for this one. I think this is a little bit messier than the other ones. The roof is a little bit different. It's just this bit here and this bit I wasn't too happy with. If I was to add an extra layer with rocks, it would peek over and doesn't look as good. So I thought I'd leave it off. But I really do like the entrance here. I should have left this floor out here, but no, I really do like it. Now we're going to do the interior. It's a very unusual design, actually. Probably a little bit too unusual. And then we're going to go ahead and work on the market and possibly the mine here to get this looking like a very small town. Alright, I believe this is all done now. I'm going to go ahead and quickly show you around. I'm not going to bore you too much. We've got this garden here looking very, very nice. A few grass bits growing already. Anyway, head in and we've got the very typical layout of a house. Except up here, it's looking really, really modern, very cozy indeed. If you go ahead and sit down, I just want to show you this really quickly first. Because it is so, so nice. Imagine having a bit of dinner, right? The fire's on. Just sitting here with a warm candle above you. God, so immersive. We could sit here for hours. Anyway, heading on, we've got the dining area with a few bones on the table, because why not, you know? Got some fur laying around. If we head out to the balcony, we can see... the yard that we're going to build very, very soon. And a bone chair, obviously, as you do. So I think we are pretty much done for building the houses as is. I don't really want to carry on doing the same old for the rest of this episode. So we're going to focus on building this market area right now. Okay, so there's the finished stall design. I think it looks pretty solid. I don't think I need to do any other variants either. I think this is just going to work pretty well all the way around. But yeah, this really does look good. So let's just go ahead and quickly add a counter in. There we go. I think that's pretty good. I don't think I need to do anything else. Yes, it's very cramped. Wow, it works. It works. But for the forest, I think that's a pretty good one. I could probably get a steeper roof. These are all going to be hand-built, so they're going to be a bit different all the way around. Now, I'm going to go ahead and build quite a few in a little semicircle, maybe, or maybe in a full circle. And I'll see you once I've made a bit of progress. Alright, so we've got 3 now. A little bit unevenly spaced, but, you know, this isn't a perfect village. There's always a little bit of rough patches and odd things that look out of place in villages like this. So, it really reminds me of Skyrim. I don't know why so far, but let me know what you think. So, I'm going to go with these 3 here. Behind, I might have some storage, you know, for the 3 stalls here. I'm going to add an extra few here along this line. Alright, there we go. I think that's pretty decent for a mine. I've made it a bit bordered off. You're not supposed to go in there kind of thing. Because I felt if it was open, it would feel more like a public area. You know? So it's more safe, and I think it just fits a little bit better. Somewhere you're not supposed to go. You know, as a kid looking down, like, oh, what's, you know, going down to the mine. Stuff like that. So I think now we can continue on building the market area. Okay, so all the stalls are done. I don't know if I'm going to add any more. If I am, I'll just go ahead and do it. But that is the general layout I was looking for. Now, I'm going to add a few paths in here and there. You should be very careful with them. Although now you can remove them, so we don't have to be that careful. Let's quickly add a fence right here. So this town is looking pretty solid right now. Everything just fits. Now, we're going to stop building this for now. What we're going to do for the second half of this video is move somewhere else in the world and build a completely new project. So for the second build of this episode, we are going to build right up here. Now, I've wanted to use this location for a while now, but never really got around to it. Now, what we're going to do is build a very traditional castle. Now, I've seen a lot of people build castles in the forest, but they've gone huge. They've built absolutely gigantic ones, and it's a little bit too much. Like, if you build a little bit smaller, you can focus on the details and make it look really, really immersive. So I think that will do for now as a little setup, getting the size right and everything. So we're going to continue to build this wall into the cliff. We might even have the entrance be up here, and then you have to, like, go over a bridge into the castle. I think this is going to look really, really cool. This one's going to be a little bit fiddly to build. I'll have to tweak it because the ground isn't level, you know? But other than that, that's looking pretty decent. Alright, so that is the layout for the wall. Looking pretty spacious, if you ask me. Can you imagine building this in survival? One layer is 1,160 rocks. That's ridiculous. There we go. Alright, now this build is going to take a lot of planning, so I think I'm going to round this episode up here and plan stuff in between. But overall, we have made a lot of progress. This is just the beginning bit of the second build. I just can't wait to see this finished with the mist in the mountains. We don't really want to make it much higher though, so we'll take note of that. But I'm really, really looking forward to constructing this build next episode. We're going to have to spend a lot of time on this just to tweak it and get it looking perfect, because this is going to be one hell of a build. So if you guys enjoyed today's episode, make sure to leave a like on the video. If you've got any suggestions for future builds that I could build in this world, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the next episode.